Hello, dear students. Welcome you all. In the first part of Rasa Theory, I have discussed about Natya Shastra, Rasa Sutra, 8 rasas and their presiding deities. And in this video, the second part of this theory, I will elaborate all about 8 rasas, including with ninth rasa also in detail. So, let's start. The first name of the rasa, which is mentioned by Bharat Muni, is Shringara rasa. Its durable emotion is rati, means love. How is this reflected on the stage? These are reflected by कैसे शो किया जाता है इसको? इनको शो किया जाता है, आपने ड्रामा में देखा होगा, मूवीज में देखा होगा. They are reflected by seasons, garlands, flowers, spring seasons, beauty, companionship, and so on. And the actions which we see as a result of this generating Shringara Rasa, those actions are eyebrows, sidelong glances, sweet smile, blush on the cheeks, etc. I have told you already with an example that love is a fixed psychological state for a lover. In previous video, I have given the example. Have you remembered that? So, for a lover, love is the dominant emotion, but he can experience a lot of various emotions simultaneously, like envy, anxiety, joy, impatience, despair sometimes, fright, even. A lot of emotions are attached with this rasa. When this rasa is created and generated in the mind of the spectator or the audience, it is directly connected to the fixed sthayi bhava, that is love. Another rasa is has. Its fixed psychological state is has, means laughter. It may be aroused by mimicry, incoherent talks, physical actions of a joker, and sometimes a mm, very foolish work, like the some slips because of banana skin under the feet, and he slips and we laugh. In it, character is not bound to laugh with us. Rather, his words and actions provoke hasya rasa in the audience. Nowadays, Kapil Sharma show is the best example to understand such kind of rasa. Hasya rasa remains dominating while throughout his show. So you see that the action on the stage is directly linking to that bhava which is already present in us, and this linking process is creating the bhava of rasa. Next rasa is in the list is karuna rasa. What are its determinants on the stage and how is it stimulated in our heart? Actually, the first and primary reason is death of some near and dear. Other conditions to enhance Karuna Rasa may be loss of wealth, loss of fame, being in captivation, murder, and so on. We can exemplify here the scenes when you find Devaki and Nand who were kept in prison by Kans. If you remind that scene, you will be filled with Karuna Rasa. Sometimes death of some innocent character also gives us that rasa to the core of the heart. Like death of Desdemona she was so pure. At first, you should know this. She was so pure character when she was charged by her husband to be a whore, to be a prostitute. She was not ready even to utter that word with her own mouth. She remains saying that don't call me with that name. With that name means don't call me whore. So she was so pure character that she cannot utter that word even from her mouth, and she made the circumstances to meet her doom when she was charged by her husband to be a prostitute. So, such innocent death of a character creates pathos in the heart of the mind of the spectators. How are they presented? This rasa, they are reflected by shedding tears, acting as a paralytic way, fainting, and even insanity, and even death. I'm reminded of here the movie Sadma, a classic movie of Sridevi and Kamal Hassan. In it, the hero loses his own identity in order to recover the mental illness of the hero. And one fine day, she refuses even to recognize him. As a result, he loses his insanity. He became mad and got psychological shock. Such conditions are enough to create the pathos in the psyche of the audience. So, this elementary state of shoka is deeply connected with Karuna Rasa that is produced by these determinants. Next rasa is Rodra Rasa that is connected to the bhava growth. Growth means anger, fury, essential psychological state of mind. So, what are the dramatic mode of showing it? The determinants by which anger is aroused are abusive language, loose talking, hot talks, high pitch of voice, and many more. And how do the characters show that? They can show it by with blood-stained eyes, fight, nostrils swollen, screams, fury, etc. Here again, I will remind you that all these are not restricted to drama only, but any kind of presentation, any kind of performance on the stage, like Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, they can be the cause of rasa nishpatti or the formation of rasa in the mind of the spectators. The essential ingredients that is needed for Veera rasa is utsah, the next rasa. It is related to energy because without energy you cannot take away heroic adventures, heroic deeds. Only physical strength of a hero is not going to produce the result. Means it will not produce a veer rasa in our mind if his body will. Heroes are not expected to show the weakness, rather they are hoped to do the heroic deeds. And that's why this is presented as the means anubhavas are steadiness, munificence, boldness, sacrifice, everything you can find here. Next is bhayanak rasa. Actually, fear is another side of a spectrum. It appeals directly to the psychological state of mind. To be scared is a part of life. Who can say कि हम नहीं डरते? हर किसी को डर लगता है. It's a part of life. When we some cause of fear acted on the stage, we feel this familiar feeling aroused in us. So, what are the determinants to evoke this rasa? The determinants are body shaking, lips parsed, pale face, frightened speeches. All these consequent actions which are caused by these determinants or conditions, they produce the emotion of bhaya. That's why it is called bhayanak rasa. Something similar to bhayanak rasa is vibhats rasa. Where we to feel disgust. In bhayanak rasa, the dominating emotion is fear. In vibhats rasa, the dominating feeling is disgust. It is directly linked with jugupsa, humiliating. You know, a drama is like a banquet of cuisine served before us. It is like a cuisine served before us, and we miss every spice is important if it is in a right proportion. आपने देखा है ना दावत में आप हर तरह की चीज मिलती है मीठी नमकीन खट्टी चटपटी तीखी everything is necessary and we take it according to our taste. So what are the conditions in which it evolves? Vibhats rasa. That's why Vibhats rasa is also important. Uh, of course, the conditions will not be favorable or interesting. They will be unpleasant, like someone is vomiting, like the scenes which you are not liked. Do you remember California's Dream in Julius Caesar? where she dreamed that Caesar's statue spouted blood from 100 holes, 100 places, and many Romans are there to wash their hands in that fountain of blood. If you imagine this scene, you will be filled with this jugupsa. Or we can take another example also. I'm reminded of here the poem Hunger by Jayant Mahapatra, where a teenager daughter of a fisherman is handed over to a customer to be seduced and raped just because of the sexual hunger of that customer and the starving condition of the fisherman, her father. It gives a heinous feeling in the heart of the readers or the audience towards such repulsive issues of society. So such kind of literary pieces are sufficient to to fill our mind with vibhats rasa. Finally, we reach adbhut rasa. We feel wonder at the sight of something unexpected, a new thing, or magic. This is the feeling of astonishment that is called vismaya, and it is linked to the rasa adbhut rasa. It means that whatever happens beyond our imagination, you can understand this well. Whatever happens beyond our imagination, whatever makes us feel wonderful, that is adbhuta rasa. So what are its consequences? Its consequences are moving head to and fro with mouth opening and eyes widening and uttering, wow, what a wonderful thing, what a wonderful scene it is. Just like when you see Harry Potter movie for the first time, or you are watching some natural places on a screen which you never visited in reality, you will feel sensation and thrill it will create adbhuta rasa in your deep side. So all these eight rasas are elaborated in Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni. Later on, Shanta rasa is added by the great commentator of Natya Shastra, Abhinav Gupta. This rasa completes the group of Navarasa. Shanta rasa actually represents complete harmony between mind and body. You can say mind, body, and the universe. It is the state of peacefulness, calmness, tranquility. Its sthai bhava is a sama. Sama. Sama means a state of being stoic. Sukhe, dukhe, same kratva, labha, labhau, jaya, jaya. This is the state of being neutral, being stoic. When you are neutral towards the expression of the feeling of the experience of pain and pleasure simultaneously, and you are not going to react in excess, in extremity towards anything, whether it is painful feelings or whether it is pleasure. Its vibhava is knowledge or truth, and anubhava is self-control and meditation and like that. And vyabhichari bhava is calmness, closed eyes, purity, positive thoughts, positivities. Now, just consider another thing. According to Bharat Muni, what is there? There is a question for you which will stimulate you to think and to understand it more clearly. Give me the answer. Think about it. Bhavas are created by rasa or rasa is created by bhava? Who is producing what? Actually, the eternal psychological states are already in our psyche. I told you, these emotions, nine rasas, are already existing in the depth of our psyche. They are permanent. We cannot imagine our life even without those rasas. So, when these psychological states are basic ingredients of our thought process, they don't appear simultaneously. This is to be noted. All these emotions don't appear simultaneously. A person cannot be happy, sad, fearful, astonished, comic at the same time. But all these states lie in the inner consciousness in dormant form. Whenever any one of them gets the identification, they come out. They are always present there. So how can a rasa create bhava when bhava is already exists? Then how is rasa created? Rasa is created by the action of the characters on the stage. So nobody is creating the other. Rasa is not creating bhava and bhava is not creating rasa, but they are identifying each other. And this identification assists to manifest the evoked emotions. In this way, this is the process of rasa nishpatti. So I think that now it should be clear to you. Actually, what happens? These hypothetical theories are a bit abstract conceptions. That's why they appear sometimes complicated or difficult or obscure to be comprehended, to be understood. But literature is also abstract, to be defined in accurate laws and order. No law and order can define literature. When Aristotle describes the concept of Western classical dramas, he seems to have concrete ideas. Bharat Muni gives you general hypothetical abstract notions to analyze Indian classical drama. So they seem something difficult to understand. But if you contextualize these ideas, you can exemplify these ideas, they will be comprehensible and approachable. And you can understand them easily. Let's recapitulate the role of Rasa theory in art and culture. Now, one by one, I'll tell you. In the field of dance, it is deep rooted in the soul of classical dances like Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, and so on. In the realm of music, various ragas are associated with specific moods and create rasas. Then in literature, it makes the base of aestheticism. You cannot anticipate literature without rasas, as literature is the mirror of life. And in our life, we see at each and every moment, we see the emotions in ourselves. In the field of sculpture and architecture also, rasa theory is suggested. Because rasa theory can be compared to Western theories like Aristotle's theory of catharsis, like Eliot's objective correlative theory, like Longinus' theory of sublime, and many more. It will be very interesting to go through such studies, and they become the research topic to have seeking and searching about them. For example, Eliot's correlation appears to be a direct modern version of rasa formula. The entire process of poetic mechanism, as stressed in the Rasa Sutra also, is oriented towards enabling the emotional content to be relished by the gifted readers, which is also Eliot's purpose in formulating the concept of objective correlative. If we see Aristotle's theory of catharsis, we find that he talks of purgation of emotions, as you know well, the purgation of emotions of particularly of pity and fear, in more scientific way. So he clarifies that tragedy provides a sort of emotional relief by aesthetic pleasure through catharsis of emotion. So in such way we can analyze other theories too, keeping the rasa theory in our mind. Besides it, the very fact that Bharat Natya Shastra has stood the test of time through all these ages in the modern age proves its relevance and validity till date, even in the field of Indian cinema. Why Indian cinema? Because nowadays, now stage performance are means in such a great quantity. You will not see the stage performance as they have the modern version nowadays in the form of cinema or movies. So it will be very interesting to know all about movies with the shades of rasa theory. If you watch even a movie keeping the rasa theory in your mind, you will see how much you will get the relishment, the enjoyment. So that's all from my side. Hope my efforts to clarify rasa theory will be benefited to you. And you may have the idea of Rasa Theory by watching this video. With all my best wishes, I hope to see you again. Thank you.